Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, flash, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my...
Well, if you listen closely, Coach, you can hear the jet skis roaring in the bay just a few miles north of where we sit at Lambeau Field. Just a beautiful late summer day in Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
That's a gain of pressure. Now 3rd and 5.
Rodgers to throw once more. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Nick Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield to throw it. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Jordan Reed has it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
They run. Chubb. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
180. 56. Got you. I got you, son. I got you. 56. 65.
Yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive...
The ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
319. Bring it. Bring it.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception, Mayfield over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does.
We got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
On play action, it's Rodgers. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Enunwa. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one who goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mayfield, and he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Now Mayfield, they'll let it go deep for Beckham, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Oh, what a move. Going to be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Rodgers now on first down. Being chased out left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Well, you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. They will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And that's complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything.
Jordan Reed. He's at the 30. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Rodgers now on first down. O'Neill's got it, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. On first down, Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Rodgers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time. That'll bring up second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So we reach halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at 5 of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. He finds an opening past the 40. The 40, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 72 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Browns.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
180. Check 56. Coming this way, coming this way.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47-yard line.
180. 54. 54. Hey, tight.
And an alley to run. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Chubb, he can't get him down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's fourth. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. So 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the ball.
From the gun, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
He may try and run for this. He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the ground, it's Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here I come.
Handoff comes to Chubb. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this one complete to Reed. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Will. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
We got this.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. Again, it's Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. An incredibly short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and that will write a finish to this ball game. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
To throw is Rodgers. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers taking it in. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he missed it. It wouldn't have mattered. They were going to lose either way, but the game ends strangely on a missed PAT. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Cleveland, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.